skill-based action shooting, but also with a progressive storyline. It's taking you through a story arc that spans the world, basically, as you live the life of an elite agent in one of two factions, either Paragon or Unite. We're going to look at some Unite agents, but I'll tell you a little bit about Paragon right up front. They're the gritty mercenary types.
Awesome.
They're rough and tumble, explosives. You know that they came and went, that kind of thing. They're being hired as a paramilitary organization usually. Unite is a bit more slick, James Bond style. They've got the super gadgets, they've got the best technology, and they're semi-legitimate. They're hired by more government organizations and things like that. So what we're going to do here is show you a abbreviated form of an epic mission that we would normally be encountering about a third of the way through our career in the agency. So, start off here. We're going to go to the Swiss Alps and infiltrate a secret party that's happening with these VIP socialites, the Burger Builder Chateau. We have a contact there, as you often do as an agent, and they're going to try to lead us through what's going on there. We believe that the DOS Committee organization, which is in our game a organization of ex-Cold War era spies, has been up to something sneaky at the Swiss Chateau.
Sounds like the story's pretty deep.
It really is, and we've gone to a lot of trouble to make sure that there's ways to communicate that storytelling while still progressing you through missions, giving you lots of side quests. Yeah, it's a really, really rich world. So, here are the 3 roles that you can encounter in the agency. This is a system based on you are what you wear, so you're not locked into these roles for the entire duration of the game. The only decision that you're locked into for the game is what faction you're a part of. So once you've made that decision per character, that's your faction for the game. And maybe your gender, I don't know. Maybe we'll let you change that too.
Who knows?
But these roles are changeable. You decide on them before you go into a mission. And you might have more experience in one role than the other and decide that that's your specialty. But you can always change it up and do some other things later. The combat role is much more of your typical run and gunner. They jump into battle, they take a lot of damage, they give a lot of damage, and they can get back some of their armor, which is important for combat. The stealth agent here has much more of a hang back and try to take out the enemies from afar philosophy. You should have a sniper rifle and a variety of gadgets, in this case including a knockout dart that temporarily stuns an enemy so you can pick them off. The support agent we've recreated here is somebody who would be able to revive enemies or revive teammates in the field, and also has a pretty cool gadget called the Martini Bomb, which allows them to freeze people in place as an aerial advantage. So, and they also have a shotgun, which never hurts. Go ahead and take the stealth agent here.
Sorry about that, everybody at home. I almost dropped the camera.
Oh dear.
Yes. I have it wrapped around my wrist though, so it would have been like extreme bungee jumping at home.
Like a weave.
So since I'm playing this sort of by myself, this would be a challenging mission. I would normally want to meet up with somebody and go through it with another character, or up to 4 characters that I either know from my joint agency or people that I might have just met. This is a public space, so any number of people might be going through this mission, and that might encounter somebody that I want to team up with and run through. But for the moment, I don't see anybody, so I'm going to check out my first objective. Oh, my teammate's already in here. I teamed up with somebody, and they're already in here. They started the demo early.
Chuck, hurry. You can do it.
You can catch up.
Hey Glenn, can you hang out for a second and I'll try and catch up with you?
See what happens at live events.
Luckily he cleared out the infiltration encounter for me. Normally there's an infiltration encounter here where I'd be trying to get past enemies that are trying to block our way, and are also trying to set off alarms to make sure that we are known to the people inside before we get inside.
So now it's basically clear sailing for you.
Yeah, because my teammate took care of this for me. However, we'll have a combat encounter in a little bit and we'll show that off.
Excellent. see it says bonus, photograph device near library and find the secret door in the library. Is that extra missions on top of your regular mission, or?
Those are bonuses, so those would assist you in actually putting together the necessities for getting a gold medal.
Oh, okay. And what's sort of the incentive for that? Just for the sake of getting the medal, or you get like unlockables?
More goodies.
More goodies?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You might get an operative, for instance, a special operative that would allow you to get a skill in game, either that or some sort of. You can sometimes process schematics with an operative that would allow you to get a new weapon or gadget. That could be a special function of them. We'll also show off how an operative might help you in the field. Operatives are like living loot, so they're collectible. They can help you out in various different situations.
You've been here before.
I know what I'm doing. We'll go into our private instance at this point.
Okay.
And that should allow us to make that should allow us to have a more cinematic experience where the design is much more controlled.
Alright, so is there, you're obviously playing as a stealth character, are there like duck and cover methods, like hiding behind corners and walls, peeking out?
We'll see a bunch of that right up here. So most of the time you're going to want to move from cover to cover location. And that's going to allow you to have some advantages strategically over your enemies there. We're going to try to provide as many vantage points and ways for you to plan out your plan of attack before you actually have to get into combat. So it's important to us to have that opportunity to scope out your situation before you just jump in.
He is an evil genius.
He is an evil genius, and he's just killed our contact. So now the only thing we have left to do is try to get out alive. We're going to play twins here. But what we're going to do is make sure that we have loadouts appropriate for now getting into heavy combat. This is going to involve getting into a grenade, I think. I'll probably add a grenade here. This is my skill wheel that represents what came with my particular loadout of weapons and gadgets. So I selected that before I went into this mission, and that means that when I'm in here, I just have access to the ones that I pre-selected. And then I can hotkey two of them to make sure that I have instant access to them.
And that works with the L2 and R2 buttons.
Exactly. And then I can quick fire something like an here, and that's my operative, giving me an extra 50 minutes. So that's a particularly useful option. He's our producer of the game. I'm changing that receipt over now here. Let's see. Take us. There's a destructible object over there.
And that picked up fast.
This is how combat in games like this should be. Fast and real time.
Now, how many players can play simultaneously?
So there's a lot of players that can play simultaneously in a public space, but a private space will only have up to 4. That's our team maximum. In a private space, we have a much more controlled experience.
So, public space, do you have a number for that yet, or is it still?
We don't have a firm number, but we're going to try to balance it to make sure that it's still performant as possible. It still allows you to have public space combat encounters that
So what's the goal? Do you guys have a goal you're aiming for with that?
Well, right now we have about 100 in a zone.
Aim high.
That's a good number. I can live with that.
That's what we got at the moment, and we'll decide if that feels right for us in the game as we go forward. We're going to switch weapons here.
That's pretty cool. The enemy's taking cover.
Yeah. They're every bit as smart as we are.
So how is the AI set up for this?
So the AI is finding cover nodes based on the actual geometry that we're using here. So they have an intelligence that allows them to choose their